Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Alim Belu and I will be your host for this special Oxygen XML live event. Because today I am joined not by one but three of my colleagues, Alex Gitianu, Octavian Nadolu, and Bogdan Dumitru that you can all see right now. So hi guys.
Hi.
They are forming our team of experts today to guide you through what's new in our latest released version of the Oxygen XML editing suite, version 28. And they will show you how it advances the entire Oxygen XML ecosystem. So sit back and get ready to discover all the new features of our our dedicated team of people have been working on for this past year in both the authoring and development side of our products. So before we dive in, here are a few things to keep in mind about today's event. The full recording of today's webinar will be available in the coming days on the event page at oxygenxml.com, along with my colleagues' presentation slides and sample files. And it will also be uploaded to our Oxygen XML YouTube channel. If you haven't visited our channel yet, we highly recommend checking it out after this event because it's a great resource packed with tutorials, feature demos, and other helpful videos such as this one. And we also encourage you to ask questions throughout the session. And how you can do this by going to the questions panel in the GoToWebinar interface. Because our colleagues are also behind the scenes and will be actively responding during the webinar. And we'll also revisit these questions at the end in a live Q&A session. So this wraps up my introduction of today's panel, and I will give the stage to Bogdan Dumitru. Hi, Bogdan.
Hi, Aline. Thank you. Okay, so what's new in Oxygen XML Web Author 28? First, let's see the agenda. My presentation has two parts. The first part, I will present the general editing and reviewing features, such as the better support for large tables, the search in author mode that now can search inside attribute values, the possibility to display whitespace markers, and the add comments button that it's now available on the floating toolbar. Also, the new differences side view that better explain this. On the AI part, I will show how the chat context was a little bit redesigned for a better and faster context files management. Then I will show you how you can understand why you sometimes get bad responses from the AI by using the new context information. And then I will talk a bit about the new file dialog from WebAuthor that now has an AI prompt field that allows you to create a file by using the AI, but more on this later. What I will show you are just a few features that I selected, and I kind of suggest you to go to the What's New page to see the complete list of features that the latest version brings. You can see this link here. Okay, so we improved the support for large tables, but first, what are the problems or the general challenges when working with large tables? Well, I think the main problem is that it's hard to go from one cell to the other, to another cell inside a large table, especially if the table is wide. Another problem when you work with large tables is that sometimes you have to move focus away from the table cell to the toolbar or to other views or side views in order to maybe invoke an action or to see something about the table. Another problem when working with large tables is that it's hard to not lose the visual context. Okay, let me demonstrate you the challenges that I see with large tables by showing a random wild table from the web. I will open this link. This is a random page from the web. As you can see, this random table from the web, inside it, you don't see all the information. For example, here, the table cell contains a link, but it's cropped. The column cuts the link, so you are not able to see the whole content. Also here, and the main problem that I want to express is that if you want to go to the last column, you first have to scroll back because the horizontal scroll bar is below the table. Somewhere I will reach okay, here. And now you have to horizontally scroll to the last column. And now you have to go back to see the last column from the first row. You have to again scroll. And this is pretty time consuming. Of course, there may be other problems regarding the large tables, but I want to focus on those specific ones. Let's go back to the presentation. But what exactly we improved here? First, we added a button, full width button above the table that when pressed, it enters the full width mode and the document widens as much as possible, allowing you to see more columns at once. And also, when you press this button, the horizontal scroll bar becomes always visible, so you can, from any place, you can scroll either up or down or left or right. Another thing that we did in the latest version is that you now can resize table columns by drag and drop. Let me show you what we changed. So this is large table. If you press this little button, toggle full width, you can see more from the table. And if you have a small screen like this one, you always can go left and right. You always see this horizontal scroll bar. And to resize the width of a column, you can simply click and drag. And after resizing, you can save the document, and the next time you open this document, you will see exactly this width for those columns. Pretty simple, I hope. Okay, moving on. Besides those two features, I want to tell you that there are already other existing features that help you with large tables. And I want to mention the table properties dialog, where you can configure the alignment for some rows or columns or the separators between them. The table drag handles that helps you move columns or rows. I can show you this. This is a drag handle. You can click it and move this column here. And also we have to sample two additional plugins that you can install in your Oxygen XML web author to help you with large tables. The first one being table pagination plugin, and this sample plugin will add pagination to your table. You can see 10 or max 100, whatever you configure, rows at a time. And this will tremendously increase your loading time or decrease it. Another sample plugin is the table computed values plugin, and this allows you to have a table cell like this one, and for this cell, the value inside the cell will be automatically computed based on an XML expression. And in this example, sorry, this value is the sum of the above cells. This is the repository with sample plugins. As you can see, we have many sample plugins. You can check it out to see maybe you can find nice ideas or solutions for various problems that you have. Okay, moving on to the next feature that we added, the search and attributes values. Now, with the latest version, you can search not just in the text content, you can also search in attribute values. So now you can search for IDs inside the document, or you can search for links inside the document, or even can search for profiling attributes values maybe. Let me show you this really quick. So let's say that I have this document and I have here the version that I have to replace in the whole document. I can select it and press Ctrl F or Command F, and the search appears. This is the first match, and here is the second match. As you can see, this match is an attribute on the cross-reference element, the cross-reference star tag, inside the href attribute. And the last one here also. Another thing to mention is that you can filter the scope of the search with this button, search scope, so that you can search only in content or search only in attribute values, depending on your need. The next feature that I want to promote is the display whitespace markers. In the preference dialog, there is a new option called show whitespace marks that when checked, the editor will show both in author mode and in text mode a visual character for each whitespace. So with this mode, you can differentiate between a regular whitespace added with a space bar and a tab character. As you can see here, the regular whitespace is being rendered with a small dot, and the tab being rendered with an arrow. Okay, moving on. Another feature that we added is the add comment button that is available on the floating toolbar. This may be a small or tiny feature, but in the everyday use, it makes an equal difference. What is amazing here is that when you select the text to add a comment, you don't have to move your eyes to the main toolbar of the application to press the add button. You can simply select the text and have the add button right after the selection, like here. Okay, and my favorite one, the differences view. the diff page have a new side view called differences. Every difference between two documents now renders an item in the differences view. And this helps you especially with the common differences, because when there is a comment added or removed or maybe edited between the two revisions or of two documents, the change comment will appear in the differences view, and when you click it or when you get through the differences from the document with the next buttons, the different comment will get selected with blue, and the comment tooltip will appear over the commented zone with the new or removed comment being highlighted with also blue. I want to make it clear that this feature is really important when you have to revision of a document, and inside those revisions you have very long discussion threads between multiple users. In this scenario, when you can hover over the editors to see the comments, but it's really hard to identify which comment was actually added. And also, there are some cases when a word was changed or modified, and over that change was also a comment change. And for some, it was really hard or maybe impossible to identify both differences. Let me show you this in action. So this is the diff page as it loads. I can go here to the next change button, and I see that the comment difference is now selected, and the comment that was added in the left document is presented like this. And I go to the next change. 6 number was replaced with 6 with letters, and next, and latest change, which is another comment that was added over this zone. Okay, and the second part, the latest version of AI Positron, that the latest versions actually, because in the last year it was not just a major release of AI Positron, but more releases of AI Positrons. There are a lot of a lot of new features and also improvements. I want to mention here that now it's easier to manage additional files in the chat input. When you add a file attachment to the chat, it's not added inside the inline inside the message, it's added above it, but it's added like a context file to the message. But if you press add sign, you can insert it in line and refer precisely to that file. Another interesting feature is that this context chip that appears above the chat input, when you hover over it, the tooltip will present the most important information that will be sent to the AI, so that you can anticipate what you can ask AI to do, or what AI knows about your project or about your editing context. Another interesting feature is that the new file dialog now contains an AI prompt input, and this allows you to create a file with a prompt, and the prompt is sent to the AI, and the AI is asked, please give me the file to be created accordingly to these instructions. And you can at once create a new topic with the relevant information in a single step. And now I will show you just a glimpse about how this new improved AI positron looks. So to add the context file, you can go here or press add and attach from project. Let's say that I want to attach the DITA map file or the maybe style guide. The attach file appears here, and I can ask it stuff like please rewrite the topic, and I will also consider the information from this style guide that I've attached. The context chip, if I hover, now I can see that the AI knows and works with this specific context data map and knows what is the project location and also knows the location of the current document. Okay. In my last slide, I want to talk a bit about the content fusion. Content fusion is another product that we sell, and it shares the same editing engine as WebAuthor and gained a lot of features recently. It has an really improved reviewing capabilities and collaboration capabilities, but most importantly, the content fusion now has support for projects. So you can define a project and edit project files there. It has integration with Git. And one interesting feature in collaboration with AI is that you can refactor or rewrite the whole project with AI positron. And once you are happy with the result, you review all of the changes and commit them at once. Instead of making changes to each topic in a project as you can do with WebAuthor. Another feature that Content Fusion gained is that you now have automatic publishing inside Content Fusion. And I think this is it from me. Alex, you may continue with your part of the presentation.
Hello again. Let's focus a bit on some new features and functionalities that appear in the desktop distribution of Oxygen. I'll begin by touching a bit on the AI integration and workflows, because AI is very important for us right now, and we are thinking how to, help productivity using AI and get better workflows. So let's talk a bit about creating a new document. So as you know, our AI solution is called AI Positron, and it comes as an add-on, of an Oxygen add-on that you install. And it contributes this AI Positron side view in which you can interact and put the AI to work. But sometimes when you don't need AI all the time, right? So you work on your documents and you have various side views available. Maybe there's the DITA reusable components on the right, the DITA Maps Manager on the left, right? So we wanted to make the AI ready when you need it for specific tasks. And one such task is the one in which you create new documents, obviously. So now, if you have the AI Positron add-on installed, as soon as you go into the new dialog, you'll notice this AI part in it. So as an optional part, you can attach various resources and maybe give some additional instructions to the AI so that the AI can help you in creating a new draft documents, perhaps. So why we put it here is because this is the normal workflow. So you get into the new dialog and you select a topic, a template, sorry, and the template is powerful. It's important, right? And it's important to give it to the AI because the AI will see from the template the structure that it must follow, a layout. It will get some hints on the elements to use and other useful information, right? So it makes sense to have the AI here in the new dialog. So you could maybe create a docbook article. I could in this one, or a DITA topic, but I won't do it from here because another place in which we've inserted this AI feature is in the DITA Maps Manager. If you want to create a topic in a particular context, so to say, we have similar new action, and in it you'll also have access to the AI capabilities of Positron. So let's say that we want to create a new topic, so we'll select the topic template, and we will attach a Word document because what we want to do is to create, to create a DITA topic about cherry blossoms based on this Word document that I might receive from a subject matter expert. And so it's about cherry blossoms. And let's click create. Up until recently, when I did these webinars, I usually had to hope that the demo gods are on my side, but now I need to pray to the AI gods as well. Hopefully it will all went well. So it created a new document. For now, it's just the template, right? The skeleton. But as soon as the AI generated the content, it will get updated here, right? And in the side view, if I want, I can inspect what the AI has to say. There's this review changes action here as usual, but in this case, it's not much to see. It was the original template. Now it's the AI generated content. So we will just accept the changes. But I happen to know that in my Word document, I had an image with the cherry blossoms, and the AI didn't put it right. So I will use a bit of vibe authoring or AI assistant authoring. It's more correct to be named. And I will say here there was an image reference in the Word document, and the image is present in my project. So you should search for it and use the correct reference. And click send. Again, hope the AI gods are on my side. So we see that it searched in my project for some keywords like cherry and blossom and images. Probably didn't get anything good, so it chose to use another tool, right? It's exploring the project file structure. And I see here that it reached the images, so it's on the good path. And it says here, I will update the cherry blossom topic. And it executed an edit, changed just a little bit from the document. And now it's more useful to inspect the changes. We see that the new image was inserted. It's if we look in the text page, you'll notice there's a relative reference, right? Because and we can just accept the changes now. And yeah, obviously it's present. The topic is also in the DITA map. Okay, moving forward. The second item is the ability to integrate the AI actions into author mode. So again, back to Oxygen. So you have this Oxygen side view here, and besides the free chat, the AI-assisted authoring that it enables, it also offers a set of built-in AI actions, we call it. Basically, each of these actions have prompts behind, has a prompt behind that we've worked on it to help you in various situations. So again, sometimes you might not have the AI positron side view visible, but you want to invoke one of the built-in actions like improve readability or custom AI actions, because you can also create your own AI actions for your own use cases and scenarios. So what you can do right now is you can bind these AI actions in the current editor. So if you look here on the toolbar, this generate image alternate, summarize a document, or extract key terms from the current topic and search the project for related topics that I will invoke, it's actually an AI action. So behind there's an AI action, and we can, so I invoke this one and we see that it began, so it searches the project for some keywords that it extracted from the current document, and afterwards it will actually I should have invoked it on this one. So that's one place where you can put these actions, but you could also bind it in the content of the editor. So now I've selected a paragraph, and I've configured my CSS to put these AI actions, so the AI proofread and the improve readability. So I can, and this one is the add comment that you've seen in the web author as well, right? So these AI actions are, so here it requires my approval. Let's say yes to see some changes. So I won't go into details on how you can bind these actions here. They're pretty easy. It's just a matter of configuration. If you edit your framework on the action, you'll notice there's a new operation. It's called invoke AI action. So it's this one. So with it, you just give the ID of the AI action that you need to invoke, and afterwards you can add it in various places in the editor. Yeah, so now it started to update the document and to add some related links, because that's what the prompt said. Okay. See, it takes a while, but you get the idea. Maybe I'll leave it just a bit, because we might see something interesting. Yeah, so now we see that it put here an XREF to spring flowers, and here it added a link to where you can learn more about rhizomes and a similar flower here, and again about the rhizomes. Okay, so let's move forward. A few words about data editing, and to illustrate that, I will change the project. Okay, so the first one, the DITA Maps Manager welcome screen. So if we switch to the DITA Maps Manager, you'll notice that it shows by default a number of commonly used when you don't have any map open. You'll see here in this welcome screen some open actions, but also the recent DITA maps that I've worked with, so I can quickly select one and open. The second feature available here in the DITA Maps Manager is the ability to search. So there is this search field, and so if we search for lock, we'll see that the locking topic is being referenced in two places, and because I have the search only in titles option selected, I see only these two topics, but if I choose to search in the topic content as well, then I'll see there's a third topic about imported key and shortcuts, and probably talks about what the key is to lock the phone. And I can see the filtering, so the projection in a tree way like this, or if I click this display results as in a flat list, I'll see it like this. So you might recognize this from our Open Find Resources view. Again, we can choose only to search in titles, and then we'll get only this hit. Okay. The second feature that I want to show you is related with the Open Find resources. So the quick find filter. So we saw that as well. Right. So many times it's the small things that count. So that's why we try to hear our users, to listen to what you have to say, and to implement your feedback in the new releases. And what I'm about to say, to show you, it's something that came from such feedback. And so, for example, sometimes in my project, I want to maybe restructure some files, some folders, and I might want to delete a folder. So what happens now is that Oxygen detects that you have some resources that are referenced, some resources from this folder that it's about to be deleted are referenced in other places in the map. So if I go ahead and remove all these resources, I will get some broken links. Maybe my publishing pipelines will break. So you get this heads up warning, and I can, of course, do a leap of faith and say continue anyway. I'll solve them later on. Maybe I'll invoke validate and check for completeness afterwards, or I can just click here, review references, and afterwards I will see that this reusables DITA map that I was about to remove is being used in my main DITA map. Another thing that I might do quite often is to create the references to my topics. And we have an Open Find resource dialog in which I can search, let's say in content, and afterwards I will see, topics that match what I'm about to. So if I want to create a reference to this topic, now I can just invoke the contextual menu and say insert as link, right? And afterwards, maybe I want to search something about keys and shortcuts, and I want to insert a link to this too. So I can do this very easily without leaving the dialog. Whereas before that, I had to maybe copy the location, close the dialog, do copy paste. So lot of steps to this end. So thank you, and now it's your turn, Octavian.
Hello everyone. So we'll continue with the development part with what we added in the latest version of Oxygen on development part. So the development it's mostly on XSLT, XQuery, transforming and debugging, XSD schemas, validation, standards, and file comparison, and also other support that we have in Oxygen for the developers. So the features that we added in this new version are related also to AI. So if you install the AI positron, now we'll have some new additions for the developers also, and I'll show you these new additions. Then we have also on XSLT and XQuery some new functionalities, support for XProc 3.1 and 3.0, also enhancements on comparison and file and directory comparison, and also other exciting features that we added. I'll present some of them because we do not have time for all of them, but I think the most important. So we'll start with the AI support that we added for development. So if you install the AI Positron plugin, you'll have now the support to edit documents and have auto-completion based on AI for XSLT or XSD or JSON schema, but also for other type of documents. There are suggestions that are given in place. There are context-aware suggestions. So you can accept or reject them. It adapts on what you write in that place. And I'll show you some examples. So you'll see how this works now. So I have here AI Positron already installed. And I have an XML document with some books, some information about some books. And I have also a template, an HTML template. And what I want to do is I want to create an XSL that will process this XML and will generate an HTML as in the template that I have here, for example. And how I can do this, I can go here, I can say new file usually, and I can select that I want to run the style sheet. But right now I can also specify that I want to process a specific file and that I want to generate as output a specific HTML. So I can add here a prompt, process the XML, and generate an HTML as in the template. And then I hit create. Oxygen will create for me the new file, and the AI will start to use the prompt that I give and generate the content of the document that I want to have. So I have now an XSL that process the XML document, and as in the template, it generates an HTML, as is the structure in the template that I have here. So now I can run a transformation, for example. I can just pass the XML document and apply the transformation, and I get the HTML output as a result. So it's very fast. Then I can also accept the changes from the AI, and I'll have this transformation here. After I created the transformation scenario here in the output, in the input view, you'll see the structure of the XML document. So you see that we have also some image in the document. We have also some descriptions. So if you want to add more information in your HTML, you can just go directly in the HTML, start to write, start to type. And the AI will automatically start to provide you auto-completion as you type. And for example, here I can say that I want to add also the image, a new column with the image, and I get the image in the output. Then I want to go at the end and I want to add more information here, for example, like the description, and the AI will propose me automatically the information from the XML that I associated with my style sheet. I see that the description has also some paragraphs with italics elements and other list elements here. So I can process also this content. So I can go just type enter here and the AI will propose me automatically some suggestion and I can just accept them with tab. So I need to create a paragraph here, and for this I will use a P element from HTML. Then for the list, we have a new then a list item for each element. For italic, it adds an I, and I can just accept all this information. And if I perform the transformation, I get the HTML that I wanted in the output with the list items and all the description from the content. So basically, the AI will help you to write your style sheet more easily. It will propose in context information. If you have documentation, for example, or other information in context, it will use that information to provide you code in context. And also it will see if, for example, you have templates that are not already added. It will generate them based on the information that you have in the style sheets and in the XML document. Similarly, you can use it, for example, for schematron. I have here a schematron that validates an XML document. So the XML document, it's already associated with my schematron. And if I want to add here, for example, a schematron pattern, a new pattern, let's say about some section with some section rules, I can type the ID and then I can use the AI to generate the rules for me. So I just type enter here, the AI will propose me some rules. I can accept them or I can change them as I want. Then maybe I want here to add the schematron fix. So I can start typing SQF fix, for example, and the AI will adapt and propose me, for example, a quick fix for this rule that I added here, and I can just add the reference to the rule directly in my document here in the assert. So it's very easy to create also rules for your documents. For example, I have here another rule that it's related to links, adds an HTTP link, an HTTP to a link, but I can add another one for example, to add a fix for HTTPS. Let's say, so I can start typing and the AI will help me to add this information also. All this support can be, it's enabled by default, but you can control it. So you can disable it, you can change the model, you can include the associated structure directly when you type. You can also enable or disable for specific documents. So you can just go in options. When you type something in the document, you'll get also this shift tab to confirm or shift tab to confirm and shift tab for options. So if I press here shift tab, I can go to options and I can change the option and I can use it to change the options for the AI autocompletion. And it's available for multiple editors. So depending on what you use and what you want to use it for, you can change it. Then we'll go to the next one, the XSLT and XQuery support. So in the latest version of Oxygen, we updated the built-in Saxon. Now we have the latest version of Saxon 12.9, and with all the features that get in this version of Saxon. You can use it for transformation and debugging for XSLT, XQuery, and other support that we have in Oxygen. You can also use the older version as add-ons if you want. That can be installed very easily using the install add-on support. We added also some new extension functions for the conversion between JSON and XML because user asked to use our support for conversion. We added this in the XSLT. We improve also the editing in CData and also in call template parameters for refactoring. I'll show you some examples also for this. So for the functions, the JSON to XML functions, right now you have this JSON to XML that can be used as an extension, Oxygen extension. And if you create a transformation scenario and you pass a JSON document, you can use this transformation to process the JSON and generate an HTML, an XML, as we perform using the tool that we have here, JSON to XML and XML to JSON. And similarly, you can use it, the XML to JSON. You can get an XML document as input and generate a JSON as output. Also here, I get an XML and I get a JSON as output. So you just need to add this namespace declaration, and then you'll have these functions available in the content completion, and you can use them. It gets as input a string and outputs also a string. For the CData, we improved the editing in CData. So if you are using expand text, you'll have syntax highlighting for text value templates that are added in CData. If I remove this support, it will just be a simple CData. If I add it back, it will it will present the content from here, and if I perform the transformation, it will also process accordingly. You have also content completion here with all the support that we have in text value templates with functions and all the support that you can use here. Okay. Then for XProc, we added support for XProc 3.1 and 3.0. We integrated the latest Calabash 3.x, and we added some improvements on the support. We added the configuration, we added some libraries. So right now, when you create a new XProc script, you can choose the version that you want to use. Then when you transform, you can create a transformation scenario, and you can choose between Calabash 1.x and 3.x. And then you can also create add the configuration file for Calabash, for the latest Calabash. You can add extension libraries that you can use in the processing of the documents. I will not go further here. Next, for the file comparison, we improved a lot the support. Also, the API for file comparison, added here some of the features that we have on the file comparison. So now you can choose what filters you can use for comparison. You can exclude or include the directories. You can display also the options in the HTML reports. Also, it's easier now to copy and represent also the callouts in the comparison view, so you can see the comments I will show you an example for this, so you'll see easier. So I can compare here two directories. I have two branches here, and I have a lot of differences. So maybe I want to focus on some of them. So maybe I want to see just the topics. Now I have this support here to include folders, and I can use this Ctrl+Shift+E shortcut and type, for example, here topics. So I want to filter to see only the topics, the changes from the topics folder. And then maybe I want to focus only on this one, migrate. So I can just type Ctrl+Shift+E and say migrate. I can use also a star, so it will filter all the folders that starts with MIG. So I can easily see the changes now here, and I can focus on the changes here. If I double click on a file, I can see the changes from this file, and I'll see also the callouts now with the comments. So if I have comments, I can see them directly here, and I can use this action directly on the comment to copy only the changes, only this change from left to right. This is an options enabled by default, and it's available in the appearance here, show comments callouts. So you have files with comments. Now it's much easier to spot them and check if you want to get them copied or not. Also, you can copy the diff from a selection. So maybe here I don't want all the changes that are proposed. So I can just select some of them and say copy the files from the selection, the diffs from the selection. So it's much easier to spot the changes that you want to accept or not. Then when you generate a report using this save report here, I can say that I want to create, let's say here, a report or replace this one. Oxygen will create a report that will contain also the options from the report. I'll open this in browser. So it will contain exactly the report that I have displayed in the Oxygen comparison view, but I have also here the options. So how I compared, if I had a filter, what type of ignoring I have enabled in the comparison. So you will see exactly the information here, all the information that Oxygen uses when generating this comparison report. Okay, so we'll go forward. There are also other features that we added. I will just go to some other features that we added. So now you can create, for example, test using XProc and test the AI actions that we have in Oxygen. We have also a template. So if you go here to AI, you'll see here an AI action test that will allow you to create a template that will test an AI action using our support. There are also other improvements on content completion for XProc. We improve also the support for validation, so you can easily choose what type of validation you use for the current file. We improved the support for applying all quick fixes. So now you can choose only the default fixes and define the fixes that you want. I added just this one here, but there are also other features that you can check on our release notes, and you can explore in Oxygen and you'll discover them. Of course, we have also other feature plans. we intend to expand the AI capabilities for development and develop maybe also some agents that will allow you to restructure your project or make changes in your project more easily. Also, we intend to update the newer standards, the schematron version, for example, enhance the XProc support. And of course, we are waiting for your feedback, and if you have suggestions for us, so you can just send us, and we'll consider them. So thank you very much. I think we got to the section where the questions can be addressed. I will give control to Aline to address the questions that were asked during the webinar. And if you have questions, I think we have some time to respond to them.
Perfect. Thank you, Octavian. Now we are back on video, so everyone can see our panelists today, because we promised you a panel, and this is the part where we address your questions. I will go through them in order by everyone's presentation section. But before that, I have to give out a big thank you to our audience that stuck around for this live marathon session. So let's go with the first part of our live webinar. Is that resizing of columns, adjusting the table attributes, or is just for a view? And the answer is that the resizing of the columns also updates the table attributes. Please, Bogdan, correct me if
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. When you resize a table column, the call spec elements will be updated. More precisely, the call width. And after resize, you can save the document, and then when you reload the document, or when another colleague opens that document, we'll see the same width that you configured. And this also applies to WebHelp, because WebHelp 2 takes into account the call specs.
Perfect. We go to the second question. Again, for Bogdan, are these table features that you presented, what you see is what you get for XML and WebHelp output?
Well, most of the features are just for the editor. For the web author editor, the what you see is what you get editor. But one mention will be that the full width button also is present on WebHelp. I think there is a button on the top right part, and you can press that button and you will get the same result.
Also, please ask me if you want to share your screen at any moment.
I will do.
Okay. Now, are these features limited to WebAuthor, or are they available in XML editor as well?
Well, Oxygen XML editor also supports resizing the columns with drag and drop, but Oxygen XML editor doesn't have the full width button on tables. But the full width button can be configured in the framework to also be available on Oxygen XML editor as well.
Another user asked us, told us that they cannot have AI in their Oxygen implementation. So can it be disabled?
Yes, of course. Actually, WebAuthor doesn't come out of the box with AI. You have to install Oxygen AI Positron in order to have the AI features. And this is an additional plugin that you have to manually install it in your WebAuthor installation. Yes, you have control over the AI features inside WebAuthor.
Does the pagination apply to output too, or just for the view? I think Scott asked us this.
Yes, the pagination applies just for the editor, for the WebAuthor editor. Unfortunately, at least I don't have a solution for the web help, but maybe our colleagues may have a solution, but the experts in web help are not present here today, unfortunately.
I think now we will go to the positron section, and we'll address Alex's presentation part. Does AI positron ever access the web, or does it have a switch that allows the user to control web access? Also, can you select your model?
Okay, so it doesn't have access to the web. It cannot. It can't read remote resources because it is sandboxed to the project folder and the project and the folder of the root DITA map, so to say. So these locations where the AI is able to read documents from are configurable in your preferences if you want to restrict it more or maybe give it access to other folders. And yes, you can also select the GPT model. Positron has two options. So it can connect to our Positron service, which is built on top of OpenAI models, an OpenAI account, but also it offers access to Claude models and Vertex AI models. So that's one option, to use Positron service. The second option would be to connect it to your own AI provider, the one that maybe it's permitted in your company. And we have quite a few connectors, like an OpenAI connector, Claude connector, and Amazon Bedrock connector. And the connector list keeps on growing. We have solution even if you have models that have been trained in-house and are running on your own servers. So just write us an email. Next question.
Thank you, Alex. With the insert link functionality, will it do it as an href or as a key ref? Is there a way to set the preference?
So it will detect if there's a key mapped to that particular topic, in which case it will use a key ref, because chances are you want to use keys, otherwise you wouldn't have a key mapped to that topic.
Now, an interesting question again from Scott. Is there a feature to create more easily a data specialization in RNG? Maybe AI-based?
It's an interesting idea, and I'm sure George will like very much to explore that. We've also thought about using the AI to help our users create the various type of files, of configuration files, like help them generate expect tests for their style sheets, or help them create a new XML refactoring operations. So yeah, there are lots of options. Unfortunately, we have to choose priorities, and so. But if you have an interesting idea like that, just let us know. Maybe make it happen.
We got a shout out from Christopher. So a shout out to the feature that identifies resources which are referenced in other places before deleting. That is extremely helpful for him. Further, I like how the find replace in files now works in the background, and we can now carry on working while Oxygen searches the files. So thank you, Christopher, for mentioning this. And we are excited that you enjoy these new functionalities. I think that's about it. That's all I have in my list. If there isn't anything else that you guys want to address, we can move on to the very last part of today's session.
Well, Aline, there's another question that just popped in. So it's I can read it. So Thomas tried to use the AI for a complex scenario to generate WSDL based on one primary XSD schema. Yeah, I won't go into detail, but the idea was that there was a lot of content there, and after 3 times of trying the generation, it ran out of AI credits. And would it be possible to predict how many credits roughly will be needed for the command? And again, an interesting idea, and it is on our table. So we want to show you also like the counter as you interact with the AI, as the conversation grows longer and longer, to get an idea of how many tokens or credits you've consumed so far, and for you to get an idea of what to expect. If it's such a complex query, then maybe you can explore some, instead of sending everything from the beginning, maybe let the AI explore through some of our tools, the additional files that it deems necessary. But again, this just write us an email, and we'll see how we can help you with that scenario. Maybe some sample files.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
now
so
we have
much, Alex.
functions that can read the chunks from the document, so that would be good to avoid such situation. Back to you, Ali.
Thank you, and big thank you for catching up that final question. Again, this was a marathon of a live session, and thank you to everyone that joined us today and stuck out with us until now. This is the very last part, the part where I remind you that today's session was recorded, and the recording will be made available in the following days on our site, on the event page, or on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe if you didn't do it until now, because there is a great resource of tutorials, webinar recordings, and other neat things over there. Now, this is not our last webinar of the year. There is one more, and this will be taking place next week on the 17th, next Wednesday, and it will be presented by our colleague, Christian Talot. And it will take an in-depth look at our upcoming cloud version of Oxygen Content Fusion, a product that enables you to jumpstart the documentation process by using cloud infrastructure. So that is a great last event of the year, and we will start strong next year in 2026 with our webinar on January the 21st, Vibe Authoring with Oxygen AI Positron 28, the latest version of Positron. And this webinar will be presented by Sorin Carbonaru. And together we will dive into the world of vibe authoring. And so discover how Positron makes it more powerful and efficient than ever. So that's a very, very strong buzzword, the vibe authoring. So let's find out more about this next year. So with this being said, thank you to our star team of experts, Alex Gitiano, Octavian Nadolu, and Bogdan Dumitru.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Aline, for presenting us. You are very kind with us.
It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure. Okay, so we will see you next time at our next events. And until then, have a great evening or day, depending on your time zone. Bye-bye.
Bye.